Okay, let's go. And Higgsy getting a very, very good start, but so does Sminotler. But who's that flying down the inside? That's Al. Al's up, and he's round the outside, and Collins lost 2 places straight away to start, and there's Alfa Romeo going sideways. Let me just have a little look back. It doesn't look like he's collected anyone. I missed exactly what happened. So Collins dropped 2 places off the start. We saw Al getting an absolute unreal start. Kieran saying 2006, it's actually 2004. Al nearly runs straight into the back of him. He's got to be patient there. People struggling to get their tyres in. Yeah, well, Richie's saying rain later if Colin has hard on. Yeah, I definitely think so. He'll be hoping to take them to the rain, so he doesn't have to make an unnecessary pit stop. The medium runner's taking that risk. And Brandon, also a great start. He's up to 4th already. Little gap to Colin as he closes up on the guys in front. There's the position changes. See him going sideways. He lost those 10 places, although he's back past Entity there. Backer also making a very good start on those hard tyres. He's up 4 places into 9th. We've got Spider-Man up 5 in 7th. Unfortunately for all the Higgsy fans, he's down 5 places. Might have got caught behind that spinner. That might be part of the reason why. We've got Jetfish up 4 places and Brandon up 2. So it is all change at the start of this. The only person who remains in the same position is Sminotler, who got overtaken by Al on that first lap, as Al now leads the cars round onto lap 2 of this race. And DRS will not be open until next lap. We've got Glassy. Glassy's round. So what's happened to Glassy? I don't know if he's been tagged, but he's been round. Doesn't look like he's got any damage on that front wing. So that's good news. And here comes Colin. He's using ERS. He's going for it early. He wants to make up those places. He goes round the outside, nearly gets pushed onto the grass, still pushing his ERS to the limit. He'll have that one done. Sminotler's not fighting that back too hard. Thank you very much for that. As we've got Brandon, we can see him in the rear view, the wing mirrors here, and he is going round the outside of Sminotler, and you're starting to see those medium tyre runners really start to attack the hard runners. That will switch in quite a few laps' time as the mediums start to wear off. Brandon just got that done now, and Jetfish also getting a really nice drive, and Sminotler's just going backwards a little bit at the moment. Jetfish having a look down the inside. Probably a little bit too impatient there. It wasn't ever really going to be on unless he fully sent it, and there wasn't really much room to do that. He needs to keep his patience here with the train here. Could be in danger of getting dropped. Sminotler dropping back a little bit, and Jetfish now going up the inside. He does take that position, but Sminotler's hanging it back around the outside. He'll have the inside to the next corner, but he'll be too far behind. And sorry, Colin. Colin's through on Al. He would have had the advantage of the DRS. And Sminotler just struggling to live with the medium runners at the moment. He's got Spider-Man next, right on his tail now. And yeah, Sminotler dropping back from this, and Spider-Man's getting interested now. Just doesn't quite look like Sminotler has that pace in a straight line of the other cars. Spider-Man going around the outside, but Sminotler really late on the brakes there, and then he goes straight into the back of the Mercedes. Fortunately, nothing happened, but Colin has been overtaken by Al. Like I said, he should try and remain patient. He's got the tyre advantage when it goes long, and he's on the same pace as these guys. And look at that, he's having a look up the inside. It'll be the outside to the next corner, gets so close to Al, and goes right round the outside. What a move this would be if he could pull it off, but they're still racing all the way down into turn 2 or 3 here. It's 3, I think. And he parks it on the inside of the curb. I was going to try and have a look back at him, but I think Colin's got that done, and he will as he sweeps to the left. Backer could be on for a very good finish tonight if he can keep this going. As Brandon using all that, but he doesn't quite have the straight line speed, but he sends it late on the inside, takes a lot of curb on the inside. But Al hangs it around the outside, gets better drive, and we'll have the inside to the next corner. And again, Brandon will have DRS here. Now we've seen that Al runs a bit wide here and leaves a bit of a gap that we saw for Colin up the inside. He covers that off this time. So Brandon have a look round the outside, and Al just placing his car where Brandon can't quite get past. All of this allowing Colin to get up that road a little bit. Let's see who it is. I think it was Maggot. Yeah, he's dropped back 6 seconds off Backer now. Brandon on the inside, and he'll cover this one. He'll maybe let it run more to the left of the road, which he does, covering Al off. Al will now have a bit of DRS on the next straight. I've got a mid-race prediction for you guys in chat here. I think Backer and Sminotla might end up on the podium still. If they can take their car to when we're expecting to have this wet weather, and these guys are going to have to pit within the next 4 or 5 laps, as we see Jetfish pitting. But you can see, yeah, just struggling a little bit for grip there on those older tyres, and Jetfish will be getting past him very, very shortly. Dives out of the slipstream, opens up that DRS and takes the inside line for the next corner. We've got a yellow flag somewhere, and I believe that's Sminotla. Sminotla's round on the straight. Not sure what happened, maybe he came together, but Backer is through. He was behind Higgsy and Spider-Man, so maybe he had a moment there, and that, for me, promotes Backer into potential podium position here if we do get rain. It's all a bit of an if. In an organic scene, starting to cloud over. It absolutely is. It's starting to look like London has all day. Very, very rainy. Colin into the pits, puts intermediate straight on. Backer's going to follow him in. He's going to put intermediates on. Are they blinking a bit too soon? It might just get really wet as they get around. It does look like it's raining hard. There goes Brandon into the pits. Everyone diving into the pits at the moment. Will anyone stay out? No, they will not at the moment. And I think the fact that the rain has come down so quick within... Well, where was Colin? He was just going halfway through the first sector when that rain started coming down, and Sminotla straight stayed out on the mediums. And that's going to be a treacherous lap. Let's stay on board with this. Struggling along on the mediums, and Backer right behind him now. And he'll get him onto braking into this corner, I would imagine, because Sminotla's going to have no grip at all, and it's getting a bit close and messy. And just getting past round the outside, but Higgsy's following him through, and that's cost Backer some serious time, and he's got a bit out of shape on the exit there. Higgsy's going to be using all his ERS, and he will get him down into the hairpin, you'd imagine here, because Backer just had no drive off the bat there. And we've got somebody round, that looks to be Maggot. I'll go and check what that is in his set. And you can see there, Higgsy is through, so Backer down to third. And Sminotla, surely, I mean, brilliant driving to get it round, but you can see how much he was struggling and how much he slowed Backer down there. Yeah, he's going to have to pit. Oh, no, and you can see, disaster strikes. And it's a safety car. I can't believe that's a safety car. And still not saying safety car in this lap. We might be having one more lap behind a safety car. No, it says it now, so it leaves it very late. And now we're going to watch when Colin goes. We'll go on board with Higgsy, see if he is kept sleeping or not. And Colin goes, and Higgsy predicts it nicely. And we're away and racing, and the guys at the back just caught sleeping a little bit by that Volcano and Entity dropping back a little bit. They've already got gaps to these guys, so we've got basically 2 races that have opened up straight away, and all very, very neat and tidy through there. Very close. Backer looking like he's got a bit of grip there that Higgsy's struggling with. Backer has to get off the throttle though, as Higgsy has a little moment outside of the corner. Volcano has been overtaken by Glassy. Watch it on the brakes here, lads. Branton had a look up the inside. Probably not enough room for that, and made Backer have to move a little bit. But that's given Al a chance, who goes up the inside. But look at that. Brandon hanging it round the outside. He'll now have the inside to the next corner. Jetfish also having a look at this. That gives Al the inside to the next corner, though. But Brandon sweeps around the outside. A little bit of contact. And Brandon is through. Lovely driving though through there. Now Jetfish having a look on Spider-Man. He's going to try and get a drive around the inside. Watch that curb, please. Oh, and again, he's drifting out wide a little bit. He gets it done, keeps it in limits as well. But he's not in the slipstream of the cars in front. Spider-Man is. But nothing doing for that at the moment. Jetfish will cover off the inside. Spider-Man later on the brakes. Jetfish then leaves it deep. Spider-Man have a look round the outside. He's all over the curve, so he won't have the traction out of there. We'll go back to this gap at the front. We've got Backer, who is chasing right behind Higgsy. Moves out of the slipstream, but doesn't quite have the pace to get away there. And it is all battling now. You can see that Merc taking a very, very different line through there. Very close to the inside. And Brandon is having a look on Backer here. Backer moving him right over to the inside. Unfortunately, Backer not seeming to have much pace at all at the moment down the straight, and I don't know if he's got some kind of damage. The Mercedes, though, goes in really, really too ambitious there. Gets all out of shape, nearly takes the McLaren out, and now Backer's got to run on Higgsy. Higgsy running a bit wide there, and you can see Backer again gets a great exit, but he's off the racing line, not got the pace in a straight line, and just gets dropped halfway down the straights. What's happening here? As the Mercedes goes up the inside, Backer gets shoved to the outside. He's now going to have the inside to the next corner. If he can hang it round, he does. He's going to get a great exit out of here again, I imagine, but then he's going to drop back. And Backer, oh, he sends it down the inside, and I think that's what he's got to do. He doesn't have the pace in the straights. He's got to do it in the corners, and he's definitely got more of a wet setup here. And Higgsy loses 2 positions in 1. Al very opportunistic, having a look there. Jetfish, oh, be careful there, hanging his wheel up the inside. Remember that patience, Jetfish. Has retired. He has lost it in sector 2, and we've got another safety car. And everyone's trying to get a bit of warmth into those tyres. And you can see Brandon's been here before. He's following Colin all the way. It's not the first time we've seen these two at a safety car restart right next to each other, and here they go again, and we're racing. And Backer makes a decent start there. You can see Al's gaining on the straight. Al gaining about 2 tenths every straight on Backer here, but Backer has the pace in the corners, as we've seen through this sector so often. So that is the race to watch, is where they lose and gain on each other. And you can see there Backer's time increasing there, as Brandon also is going after Colin here a little bit, just 4 tenths behind. Colin keeping a nice cool head, and they're going to have a load of ERS to play with for these 2 laps. With this more conducive setup to the wet is pulling away, as we got Higgsy and Jetfish side by side. Be careful, Sinful. Don't want to see Mercedes in the wall. No, it's all okay, but Jetfish gets a great exit there. Higgsy's going to have the inside line here, and he's squeezing him as much as he can. Gives him room though there as they make a bit of contact. And Jetfish has to get out of it. Higgsy holds on to position. Spider-Man now right up on the back of this, and here's that man himself, Glassy. After 3 podiums on the bounce, he's going to be looking to gain any positions he can. Entity being dropped behind. We've got Quinn and Giraffe battling behind that, and Volcano unfortunately just dropping back off the back. He tries to be late on the brakes, but Backer's going to collect his car up neater and sooner. We'll get to Colin as he crosses the line. I forgot it was the last lap with that short sprint race. There goes Colin to win in China, followed by Brandon. Great return for Brandon. Backer, what a race, executing that strategy perfectly in 3rd. Al 4th, Higgsy 5th, Jetfish 6th. Spider-Man, who gained a hell of a lot of places, fair play to him, up into 7th there, was it? Or 8th? Yeah, 7th. Unbelievable again from Colin. Through the changing conditions, he also takes the fastest lap. We had Glassy, who recovered to 8th after a bit of a nightmare early on. Quinn in 9th, Entity 10th, Giraffe 11th, Volcano 12th, and then Maggot and Sminotler, the unfortunate DNFs there.